so yo, welcome. So basically, in this individual reading, this can be for Libra. This can be for March 9th to March 16th of 2026. So in this reading for you, Libra, I understand what you're going through in that way. I understand that how things are in that, the way how it happens and how you can, have your own decency of how it goes. I'm so sorry that my voice needs to be a little bit quiet. Sorry about that. But the way that this is going to be how it goes. So this is going to be how it is. So this oracle card, it says patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Patience is a wonderful outcome. There is, because you're basically patient of waiting for anything to happen. Being patient is a wonderful theory of how it goes in that way. Because you have to look at that in a different perspective, right? So whenever things are in that way, that's how it goes, right? So there's always a silver lining to every situation there is, right? It's the way how it goes. So you might have like a mini pause or whatever you're going through, but with this is you have to do what you can. So Libra, I understand what you're going through, but this is how it's based on that. It's the way how you're going to do it in that way. Whether you focus on that from the here and now of this entire perspective, that's all you can do at the moment. Okay. That's what it is. So I want to figure out about what's going on between you versus them in this situation, and this is going to be how it goes in that way. So here we go. So in this wonderful reading, you have basically the Queen Wands reversed. There's no charisma in this situation. Okay, that's how it goes for you, Libra. Now for them, they have the King of Swords over there. They have knowledge here because they want to have knowledge. They want to have clarity, and they want to have that's how it goes in that way. So it's like, all right, I know what to do, but this is how it seems to be. So that's what it is. Now I'm going to clarify this Queen of Wands for you. Queen of Cups, there's no empathy. Page of Pentacles over there's basically how it goes, and the Page of Swords over there's education. So you might deal with in a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You might deal with in a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus in that way. This is how it goes. So you want to have prospects, you want to have education, you want things to happen. That's how it goes. It's like this is the way it works. And when you look at it from a different way, that's how it goes, right? So Libra, you need to pay attention whether you like it or not, but it's based on that. It's based on your point of view, your own outcome, your own way of knowing what to do. That's how it goes, okay? Now, for them, they have the King of Swords. 6 Cups reversed, there's no past. The 10 Cups reversed, there's no completion. 2 Cups reversed, there's no relationships or friendships. But the 10 Swords there's actually conclusions, right? So there's always these conclusions for them. I have no idea, but that's how it goes. It's like you have to put things into perspective. You have to put things into writing of how it goes in that way. You have to do that, right? So for them, whether they choose to have, conclusions, they're basically on that. It's like, okay, well, I need to focus on this. Yes, you're focusing about the here and now of this whole entire equation, right? There's always a 50-50%. There's always that, because whenever they don't have, the relationships or friendships or, everything is incompletion, they don't want to think about the past because they are already past that. That's how it goes. But for them, they might deal with Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini at the same time. Okay, that's how it goes. So let me clarify this Page of Swords here. Ace of Wands reversed, there's no new beginnings. 10 Pentacles reversed, there's no wealth. Empress over, there's no nourishment. That's how it goes, right? So whether if you have no wealth, I have no idea what's going on for you, Libra, but you have to know it. You have to do it. You're not trying to play games here, but the way this is, you need to focus on that. You need to focus on the way how you're feeling in that way, because that's how it goes in that way. Okay. Now for them, let me clarify this 10 of Swords. 8 Cups, right? There's entertainment, followed by 5 Pentacles, there's insecurity. 4 years, there's no change. 5 Swords, there's actually conflict. Yeah, exactly, because if they don't have the participation by having money, and they have the way how they're feeling, whether if they're feeling negative, that's how it goes. It's actually on them versus you. So whether you think that okay, well everything seems to be fine, you have to do exactly what it is. It can't always be about you. It's about them, you know. So whether you understand it, that's how it goes, Libra. You need to pay attention because if you focus on the word patience, you understand what you're going through in that way. Okay. Now what's this Empress card about? Lower story, you're making decisions. 5-1 story, there's chaos. 10 zeros is no healing. Queen 1 zeros, there's no charisma. 9 cups over, there's fulfillment. Yeah, because you might be dealing with in our Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You might deal with in our Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. That's how it goes. So when things are really happening all at once, it's like you're making decisions. You are making decisions because that's what you want. You're trying to do it, and when you do it, that's how it goes. So you might be thinking, well, you know, it's not all about me. No, it's not about you, right? It's about them, because when you're focusing on them, they're focusing maybe not you, right? So if you're acting like you're all sassy and you're acting like that, then you have to try to figure out that about them when they have, you know, revenge. They're basically having conflict because that's how it goes, right? So whether you have no money on your side and they focus on that, that's how it seems to be, right? Now let me clarify this 5 swords here. 3 cups are there's celebration. Here for reverse, there's no guidance. King swords are there's knowledge, right? That's how it goes. Followed by the Taurus, there's no transformation. And the Page cups are there's loyalty. Yeah, see, they want loyalty. Whether you want like fulfilled, everything's fulfilled. Yes, but you have to understand that you're trying to do what you can, right? That's how it goes. So you can see it as a wonderful feeling. You know how it goes in that way, right? Now clarify this 9 of cups for you, Libra. For a Pentacles here, there's no well, it's actually upright, but it means that you are trying to look at money. 10 shares, there's no burdens. 9 of wands, so there's immaturity. Yeah, because you're being immature. That's how it goes. So you're not trying to, you know, pick fights, but the way this is, that's how it goes. You're trying to know what you're doing. You're trying to own your opponent of how it goes, whether you acting all nice, but then it's like, no, you're not, right? So when you focus on that, you know, they want loyalty and you are being like immature, it's not very good, right? That's how it goes, right? So this is like a no, like a, you know, one-way street. It's not about that. But what this is, you have to understand that, right? What's this page kept about for them? 7 cups for us, there's no deja vu moment. 12 years, there's no obsessions, addictions. 12 years, there's incompletion. 3 torturers, there's no heartbreak. Magician, right, there's skill. Yeah, because they want skill. They want skill because everything's happening all at once for them. Because that's how it goes. For you, let's see what's this 9 wands about. 9 pentacles here, there's no trust. King cups here, there's support. 9 pentacles here, so basically you're feeling uncomfortable. You want support. You don't want trust. Followed by this 9 pentacles. King wants here, there's passion. Yeah, you want to have leadership. You want things to happen all at once. That's how it goes. So you might be doing it in a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius because that's the way. You might be focused on another Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio in that way. But when you're feeling like you're uncomfortable, when things are not going as planned, that's how it goes, right? That's how it seems to be. Let me clarify this Magician for them. Ace comes here, they want prosperity, build love. 6 ones is already there's celebration. Judgment yours, there's no action. 6 pentacles here, there's no kindness. 4 wands over there's celebration. Yeah, that's how it goes. So they're being unkind at the moment. Star yours, there's no inspiration. Ace pentacles over there's prosperity about money. That's how it goes, right? Because they are basically prosperity about money. Because that's how it goes in that way. So it's like, well, this is going to be how it is. This is the way of how it is seen to be. It's the way of how it goes. But when you think about it, that's how it goes. So let me figure out what's in the middle of this situation. Ace swords is upright, there's anxiety. Followed by the A1 sword, there's speed. Followed by the 10 cups sword, there's a delusion. Dust careers, there's no endings. Queen cups first, there's no empathy. 3 pentacles are there's excitement, yeah, because you're working on a plan of doing something, so you need to figure out what you're going through in that way, whether you focus on the here and now of this situation, right? That's how it goes, right? So let me clarify this Three of Pentacles here. Wheel of Fortune is right, you're having good luck. Three of Pentacles first, you are already talked about it. The Emperor, there's no structure. Seven of Swords is upright, you're feeling deceit. Yeah, because it's like things are not going as planned, but then it's like why you have to keep doing this? Why that there's always something, right? You have to focus on that. You have to focus about the here and now of the situation, no matter what you're going through, because that's how it goes, right? This is like almost a life experience, and when it is, that's how it goes. You think, well, it's just the way it happens, right? So let's see what this universe is saying. We're gonna go from the middle to the right, middle to the left. King Pentacles, there's security. Six Swords is upright, there's movement. Ace Pentacles, there's growth. Page Pentacles, there's prospects. Lovers over there making decisions. Nine Cups, there's fulfilled. Eight Pentacles, there's no perfection. Five Swords, there's conflict. Yeah, that's how it goes, right? So that's happening for them. So they want to make decisions. They want things to happen all they want. That's how it goes in that way. Okay, so that's what for them. Okay, so you might be dealing with another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. That's how it goes in that way. What's between the King of Pentacles to the left side? Queen of Cups, there's empathy. Six of Cups is upright, there's the past. Seven of Cups, there's a delusion. Magician of Swords, there's no skill. Queen of Swords, there's no independence. Seven of Swords is upright, you're feeling deceit. Yeah, Libra, whether you're feeling deceit when you're not showing your independence, you're not doing things by yourself. It's like that's how it goes. It's like, you're saying, why me? Why me? That's how it goes, right? So let me figure out this Seven of Swords here. Eight of Swords, there's no speed. Eight of Swords, there's no anxiety. For one Swords, there's no celebration. Wheel of Fortune, you're having bad luck. Eight of Swords is upright because you're having understanding. That's how it goes, yeah. You want things to happen, but when you're showing your empathy, two sides of the story here, that's how it goes. Libra, you need to pay attention to that. Let's see what this Five of Swords for them. Emperor's already there's structure. Here for there's no guidance. King of Swords, they have no support. Queen of Swords, there's no charisma. Three of Swords, there's no celebration. Queen of Pentacles, there's stability. That's how they're going through. So that's how it goes. What's the Ace of Swords for you, Libra? Page Swords, there's education. Hand of Aries, there's no restrictions. Three of Swords is upright, you're having heartbreak. Yeah, you're feeling sad. Yeah, that's how it goes in that way. Just Libra, you understand what you're going through. Yeah. What's this Queen of Pentacles about? Ace One Sword, there's new beginnings. Page of Swords, there's no loyalty. 10 Pentacles, there's wealth. Yeah, because they're focusing on money. That's what they want. Right? So for you, Libra, when you have no money, for them they want money. It's because they want wealth. They want things to happen to go their direction. Three of Swords, there's no communication, so basically you cut off communication. Followed by Nine of Swords, there's trauma. Yeah, it's the way of how it goes in that way, because you're focusing on the here and now of this whole entire, how it goes in that way, because you're focusing on that, right? So, Libra, I understand what you're going through. I understand what you're doing, but the way of this is whether you're focusing on how it goes in that way, you need to focus on that, because if you're closing off communication and you're not going as planned, it's like you're saying to yourself, is like, why I need to do this, why I need to keep recovering myself. Well, you have to recuperate. Recuperating is the best outcome there is. And you know what, Libra, between you versus them in this situation, the way of this is you need to put things into perspective, right? You have to take one step forward and one step back, right? That's how it goes. And when you keep going forward, you have to maintain it. That's how it goes, right? So whether you're trying to have a good relationship or a bad relationship, it all depends on how you're feeling, right? That's how it goes. So you're trying to figure out that you're being happy rather than being sad or angry or whatever. But for them, when they're angry and when you're having heartbreak and having the heart broken, whatever else, and you're feeling sad, I understand what you're going through. It's very understandable, right? That's how it goes. So I hope you all like this video. Try to understand it. Try to believe it. Try to understand, because the way of this is, you have to understand it. It's the way of how it goes. So, you believe what you believe, and that's how it goes in that way. Whether you focus on that, right? You focus on the here and now of this situation, no matter how it goes, no matter how the outcome is. By the way this is, that's how it goes. So I hope you all like this video. Try to believe it, try to understand it, and that's how it goes. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day to all, and I'll see you next time I do. And that's how it goes. Thank you, and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye for now, everybody. Thank you, and bye.